like to start this video off with a visual aid that shows how much I like the movie.
Oh, shit. Hey, that was dope, eh? That shit was dope, man.
Straight Outta Compton is directed by F. Gary Gray and is the absolutely sensational biopic about the group called the NWA, who rise from the streets of Compton, and their performances, their managers, their issues, their eventual rise and eventual fall from grace. And despite some of its pacing issues and brief flaws that I'm going to talk about later on in this video, I had a very good time with Straight Outta Compton. I thought this was a terrific biopic, one of the best biopics I've ever seen. And I've heard so much positive buzz before I saw the movie. I know I've waited so long. But this is one of those 2015 movies that I had to see. Now, I'm not holding anything back, guys, because there is a shitload of profanity in this movie. However, that's just the way they talk in Compton. And after seeing the movie Boys in the Hood, which I will one day review, this is the language that's spoken in Compton. It's just their regular, everyday language. And for a lot of people who may not have seen any of those Boys in the Hood movies or movies that take place in Compton, they're going to really have to get used to that. I was very, very amazed this movie focused so well on three characters: Eazy-E, Ice Cube, or Shea Jackson, who is actually played by his son, we'll talk about that in a second, and Dr. Dre. Yo, Dre, I got something to say. When I saw the Oscar nominations recently, I was surprised to find out that none of these actors from this movie were nominated, only the white screenwriters were, and that surprised me, and that was one of the reasons why I wanted to really see this movie. I wanted to know if any of these guys were Oscar worthy. And oh, hell yeah, they were. These guys were incredible. Shea Jackson Jr., who is Ice Cube's son, plays his father. That's crazy! I mean, could you imagine having to play your father in a movie? Your father being this man who's got a very dark past, who has a history of violence and drugs and unanimous sex, and I mean, that's just so big. Like, I could never imagine myself playing my father, because it's just... Could you imagine that? Not only did he pull it off, not only was he able to successfully recreate his father's gestures, his anger, but he looks exactly like Ice Cube did in the 1990s. That is insane, guys. There were moments of this movie where I saw him and I was like, that's Ice Cube. I also did not know that Paul Giamatti was in this film. And he did a brilliant job as the NWA manager. Just sticking with them the entire time, trying to get them back together when they weren't together. It's just very powerful. It was a very, very good performance, and I thought he killed it in this movie. He owned that role. But I think Straight Outta Compton's biggest issue is that it's very uneven throughout the second half. It's a very inconsistent film that I think could have been trimmed down significantly. I just thought that there were certain parts that just didn't really need to be there. Moments that I think were a little stretched out, a little bit too much. But I can't really blame the filmmakers for doing that, because they're trying to make a biopic examining all their lives, and to do that within a 2-hour, 20-minute movie is really hard. And there is a lot of stuff that happens in this movie. It felt like a 3-hour movie. It honestly did. And I don't want to see a movie that's like 25 minutes longer, because that's just too damn long. This movie was very, very long, and there are moments where I almost wanted to peace out for like maybe 2 minutes and then come back into the movie. And this is my fault, but I haven't read up on all the characters, so when a lot of things were happening throughout the film, I wasn't getting all that, because I didn't grow up in the 90s, obviously not, so I do need to do a little bit more research. But from what I do know, this is a terrific biopic that has a lot of factual evidence in there, a lot of accuracy. Some of the moments where there was more gritty violence I heard were cut out of the film. They wanted to rise up against people who thought that they couldn't do anything. And music was the proper way to do that for them. And I just think that's fantastic. And it makes for a very interesting movie, because we all love music. And that type of age of rap really started with them. And they became a huge influence for almost any rapper today, which is incredible. Guys, Straight Outta Compton was a very good movie, and despite some pacing issue flaws with the movie, I really enjoyed this movie, and I'm damn sure it's going to be on my top 10 list of 2015. So in the end, guys, I'm going to give Straight Outta Compton an A-. So what did you guys think about Straight Outta Compton? Did you like it? Did you hate it? You're somewhere in the middle? Well, I would love to hear your comments. Just send them in the comment section below. Guys, thank you so much for watching my videos. You guys mean so much to me. Thanks, and stay tuned.